In order to prepare well for your SAT English test, there are certain rules that you can't go to the exam without really mastering. One of these rules is about modifiers. The topic of modifiers is evident in almost every English test, whether it's a real test or a practice test. A modifier is a phrase without a subject that modifies or describes a noun or a pronoun. For example, when you say, "The teacher was frustrated, so he left the class." Here you describe the teacher by the word frustrated. It's an adjective describing a noun, the teacher. However, we can still say this sentence in a different way. Feeling frustrated, the teacher left the class. Here you still have the same meaning, but in a different way. In the previous sentence, we described the teacher with an adjective, frustrated, but here we describe the teacher with a full phrase, feeling frustrated. Who's feeling frustrated? The teacher. This phrase here modifies or describes the teacher, and that's why we call it modifier. The test makers of the English SAT test usually play tricks using modifiers in order to check your understanding of the good structure of English sentences. There are mainly three ways for modifiers to come in a sentence. They could be misplaced modifiers, dangling modifiers, or correct modifiers. A misplaced modifier, by definition, is a modifier that's written in the wrong place. For example, when we say, "Being one of the best students in class, the teachers respect Adam." Now I want you to ask yourself, this part of the sentence, "being one of the best students in class," which word does this phrase modify or describe? Is it the teachers? Apparently no. I think it's about Adam. But this is an example of a misplaced modifier. Why? Because the modifier is here and the word it modifies is there. They are not close to each other. And that's why we call it misplaced modifier, which makes the sentence incorrect. The word dangling means swinging loosely or moving freely with no set target or no apparent reason. The term dangling modifier refers to a modifier that has no word to modify, that has no word to describe. The modifier is there in the sentence, but it doesn't describe anything. For example, being one of the best students in class, all the teachers showed their respect. Now ask yourself again, being one of the best students in class describes the teachers? I don't think so. So what does it describe? There is nothing to be called being one of the best students in class. This modifier is dangling. It's there in the sentence, but it has no word to describe. Now we know the misplaced modifiers and the dangling modifiers. The correct way to use the modifiers is like this. Being one of the best students in class, Adam is respected by all his teachers. In this sentence here, we have the modifier and the word it modifies right after the comma. Another example to make the idea clear is in the following sentence. Without any special training, the player managed to win the match. Here we have the phrase, without any special training, of course, modifies the player. The modifier is here, and the word it modifies is right after the comma, which makes it a correct modifier. My advice to you is to stay focused and read every sentence really well and check if it's well structured or needs some change. And now it's your turn. I want you to read the following three sentences and pick the one that has the best use of modifier. If you think you got the right answer, write it down below in the comment. And for more questions and answers and explanations, please visit our page CairoSat English or subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you in the next lesson. Goodbye.